epic landscape of the Black Canyon of the Gunnison inspired me to turn a chill baseline into a trap banger. The Rim Drive had even crazier views than going down into the canyon did, but while the scenery in the park is epic and just straight up intense, the day-to-day is actually very laid back. The nearby town of Montrose is a friendly little place. It's only about 20 minutes outside the park, and you've got a farmer's market, tons of restaurants and stores, and in the middle of it all, 2 free EV chargers. So naturally, I spent a lot of time there for the good vibes and the electricity. Thanks, Montrose. There's also an outpost halfway to the park where you can get ice, firewood, and supplies, even off hours, and you just pay with an honor system, which that was pretty awesome. Back at the campsite, life is chill. The sites were only about half full when I got there, and no one I met was taking themselves too seriously. Gunnison is an international dark sky park, so people would be up pretty late around the campfire telling stories and just admiring the Milky Way. And this is when the chillness of the original bass line crept back into my head, in a chord progression. The stars may have literally aligned to create this. It's exactly what the next section needed. It's dreamlike and hopeful as opposed to dark and heavy. So I jotted it down in the dark and went to bed excited. The next day, I made ambitious plans.
Today I just decided I'm gonna scale the Black Canyon of the Gunnison. Usually need a permit for that, but can't be harder than what I did yesterday.
Turns out, yeah, it was harder than the mild scrambling I did the first day. I got stuck only a couple 100 feet down, but it was enough to feel like the start of a quest. So I staked out near this dead tree and made the most of the inspiration. Naturally, we need to add some strings. And a floaty arpeggiator. And a high-pitched bird call type synth. Plus a little video game-esque flair and a straightforward driving drum beat. The rest of this second section came together gradually over the next few months, but whenever I opened the project, the Colorado night sky came right back. Eventually, I added more rising elements. My friend added this wavy garnish. I also warped some hi-hats to give a little more movement and texture. And of course, that bass line from before. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you've heard this beat a few times. I appreciate you for letting it slide, but it didn't sound finished yet. So this week in Seattle, I stayed up all night remaking it, trying to figure out what the missing sauce was. And I think I got pretty close. The feeling of making a beat sound like it sounds in your head, especially after months of work and pulling an all-nighter, is a pretty powerful moment. Usually if I work on music for hours on end, I lose objectivity and it sounds like trash when I listen to it again, but this time, after giving my ears a rest, it didn't. think that'll do it. This is why I do this. Pretty awesome. And now it's time for part 3.